Simile. One of the most effective devices in a literary work is the use of comparison. It is a comparison between two things, a thought or message conveyed by the writer to the reader. One should be careful not to confuse ordinary comparison and simile. Let's take an example. My sister is as clever as your teacher. In this sentence, two objects, sister and teacher, belong to the same, to one class of things, with the purpose of establishing the degree of sameness. That is why the example above is an ordinary comparison. Now, let us take such an example. She is like a rose. The two objects belong entirely to different class of things, and it is not an ordinary comparison, but already a simile. In English, a simile is expressed by the words like or as. For example, he had a posture like a question mark. He fights like a lion. He swims as fast as a fish. He slithers like a snake. She walks as gracefully and elegantly as a cat. He was as a lion in the fight. We heighten our ordinary speech by the continual use of such comparisons as fresh as a daisy, tough as leather, comfortable as an old shoe, it fits like the paper on the wall, gay as a lark, happy as a day is long, pretty as a picture. As you noticed, similes have recognizable structure. They use the words as or like. Main stylistic function of a simile is the intensification of some feature of the concept. Anita Desai employs a lot of similes in her story Studies in the Park. What are the effects they make in the story? Do these similes reveal something about the character's state of mind? Character. In terms of the degree characters can change into dynamic, a dynamic character is a person who changes over time, usually as a result of resolving a central conflict or facing a major crisis. Most dynamic characters tend to be central characters because resolving the conflict is the major role of central characters. Static characters. A static character is someone who does not change over time. His or her personality does not transform or evolve. A pseudo-static or dynamic character is resolving a conflict. And conflict. A conflict is a struggle between opposing forces. There are two main kinds of conflict in stories, external and internal. External conflict. A struggle between a character and an outside force is an external conflict. The outside force may be another character, man against man, nature, man against nature, society, a person against the society. A struggle that takes place in a character's mind is called internal conflict, man against himself. What is the central conflict in the story? What kind of conflict does the character have in the story? Action. There are two different kinds of action. External action, what the characters do in the real physical world, and internal action, what takes place in a character's mind, his thoughts, feelings, memories, associations, etc. Is the action taking place in the real physical world or in a character's mind, his thoughts, feelings, memories, associations, in Anita Desai's story? And about style. Anita Desai, as a writer, is mostly concerned with innermost feelings, sensations, impressions of her characters. In order to depict the depths of human psychic processes and bring to light the interior world of her characters, she makes extensive use of stream of consciousness technique in her literary works. Stream of consciousness is considered to be one of the dominant categories of modernism. The term, as we have already mentioned when we were analyzing Virginia Woolf's story, was coined by William James and was applied to designate the flow of individuals' inner mental processes. Stream of consciousness fiction is concerned, as Robert Humphreys states, with psychic existence and functioning, internal man, depicting inner states of a character, his or her consciousness. According to John Mepham, the challenge of stream of consciousness writers was to find ways of writing that would create plausible textual presentations of the imagined thought streams. It involves presenting in the form of written text something that is neither entirely verbal nor textual. The aim of stream of consciousness writers is to depict imagined inner lives of their fictional characters, their psychological state, more precisely their mental and spiritual experiences, which provides access to characters' thoughts, as if the reader were getting a live report from a character's mind. Melvin Friedman says, the stream of consciousness novel should be regarded as the one which has as its essential concern the exploitation of a wide area of consciousness, generally the entire area of one or more characters.